What's up, guys? Just wanted to hop on and do a little bit different type of video today. The year is almost over. 2023 has absolutely flown by. So I just wanted to do a quick little recap of 3 of my favorite molds that have come out this year. All 3 of these discs have made it into my bag. So obviously they made a pretty big impression on me, and you can probably guess what the first one is. You may notice it missing from the wall up here. It is the NSH Custom Disc Nexus. Huge shout out to them for the support this year, and huge shout out to them for this mold in general. So the best description I can give this disc, it is like a max weight 3D printed glitch, and it can handle as much power as I want to give it on my backhand. It will slightly flip up from a stock hyzer. I mean, as hard as I can throw a backhand. I also will forehand this disc as well, but this is just a dead straight, holds whatever angle you put it on, a very slow and floaty putter that I am loving off the tee, off approaches. Again, I will forehand this thing, I will backhand this thing as hard as I can, and it is very, very reliable that it will just hold whatever line I put it on. So this is great on approach shots, or really any tee shot where you need something to kind of float, go straight, and you want to throw it as hard as you can, but you don't want a lot of left to right play in the flight. This thing will go just, I mean, absolutely dead straight line holder. Absolutely love the Nexus, obviously, since my name is on it. Again, discount code right here if you want to get one of these or any other NSH custom printed discs, these 3D printed discs. I was, again, very skeptical of it first, but absolutely blown away by the quality. These things feel incredible, and again, fly incredible as well. So if you have not tried a Nexus, you really should. If you're a fan of the glitch or a fan of any kind of floaty approach putter, you are really, really going to like this thing. And if you haven't tried it, you're sleeping on it for sure. Second disc I want to highlight is, again, probably a company that you're sleeping on, much less a mold, and this is the Pipan Disc Grunt. So you guys know this is the first one I got. This is an X-Out Cherry Grunt, their champion style plastic. I really got this. It blew me away, but it beat in a little bit and got a little flippy. So I took it out of the bag after about a month or so, but I still, in the back of my mind, really, really liked this one. And after a little bit, after I reviewed a couple of their other molds, Pipan sent me out a little care package, and that brought me the Baker's Blend Grunt. And this is kind of their star style plastic. This one is a little domier. The parting line height is a little higher. So this is a bit more stable. And this 1-2 punch are some of my favorite discs to throw in my bag right now. The Cherry Grunt, again, flips up a little bit. This is a 9-speed, dead straight hyzer flip. Will work to the right a little if you power up on it, but incredibly reliable, incredibly good gap hitter. You can really hit it on some hyzer. Trust that it's going to flip up and just hold that line. And this is the one that really pushed me over the edge and kicked the Dynasties out of my bag. I will forehand this. I will backhand this as hard as I can. I know that it will come out on that angle. It's not going to flip a ton. It is never going to work to the right for me unless I put it on that angle, and it is just going to glide forever and push forward on that left finish. So I am loving this for longer tee shots where I really want to rip into something or even throw a forehand on a little bit of hyzer, since I'm actually kind of able to do that now this year, and know that it will just hold that angle and push forward forever. I describe this as a Halo Dynasty that goes 30 feet farther for whatever reason. I don't know if it is the extra dome. It's also a 9-speed rim width, very similar, but this just has a little bit extra go to it that the Dynasty doesn't have for me. So these two have kicked the Dynasties out of my bag. I'm absolutely loving the Pipan Disc Grunt. If you have not heard of Pipan, if you've not checked these out, they also have a putter, the Bagger. Their putter plastic is probably some of the best putter plastic I've felt. So big fan of that beaded putter, kind of similar to a Wizard. But back to the Grunt, this is the one I want to highlight. If you like a Thunderbird, a Dynasty, a controllable 9-speed, this is really a staple in my bag, and I go to this very, very often. And the last mold I want to highlight, I really love because it's very unique. Again, I love the flight of this disc. It's made my bag, but we're entering into an era where you see a new disc release and it's this brand's Destroyer or this brand's Buzz. This, I don't know if I have a great comparison to on how this thing flies, and it is the Hooligan Disc Flip. This is not a disc that I expected to love as much as I do, but this has made my bag, and I throw this incredibly often. So you can see the numbers here, 5.6, -4.1. This is a very understable mid-range with a ton of glide, but it is very usably understable. A lot of times you'll get understable discs that when you power up on them, they're just, you can't trust them. They're going to flip over into a roller. You have no idea what they're going to do. The Hooligan Disc Flip is a very slow turning disc. You can hit this on a lot of hyzer. Obviously, very understable. You know it's going to flip up. You know it's going to ride to the right, but it doesn't rip over onto that angle. It doesn't, flip up extremely quickly and into a roller angle. It really works through all those angles as it flies. So this, I call this a forehand replacement disc. If you don't have a forehand that you're comfortable or confident in, get a flip and just throw it on some hyzer and you have a forehand now. You're just throwing it back in. This is incredible. It's opened up some shot shapes that I really have never thought about. Again, I've worked really hard on my forehand this year and actually trust it a lot more, but there's some times where I just want to throw a backhand through a gap and get that forehand style flight. And this is the disc I'm going to. So huge shout out to Hooligan. They're going through a bit of a transition right now. So if you want some flips, I know they're on sale starting at January 1st. Definitely try one out. And I'm really excited to see the future of that company. But at least for my bag right now, the future is the flip for any understable mid-range needs. So there's a quick little wrap up from me of my favorite discs that I got my hands on in 2023. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you're bagging in 2023. If it's a disc that you didn't know you would like, if it's a disc that you just got some backups of, what's the best disc you put in your bag in 2023? Let me know if you like this style of video, and I'm definitely going to try to get to some more longer form content on top of the short form in 2024. Super excited to be back on Team Infinite, repping with them again. Probably the best sponsor I could ever ask for. Huge shout out to them, and also just a huge thank you guys for the support watching these videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.